Living in California, averaging 11.3. And the point guard, H. Wallman, 6'3" sophomore, Las Vegas, averaging a little over 5. The Long Beach State starters tonight: Frankie Edwards, 6'8" senior, Long Beach, averaging almost 9. Lucius Harris making his 7th straight start at forward after he opened the year at guard. Harris, 6'5" junior, LA, averaging 19.6. The center's Chris Tower, 6'10" senior, Huntington Beach, averaging 9.5. The guards are Bobby Sears at point, 6'2" senior, Inglewood, California, averaging over 10 points a game. And Jeff Rogers, the other guard, 6'0" sophomore from Compton, averaging almost 4 a game. Long Beach State averaging 76 points tonight. The Rebels 85. The defense is about similar. One gives up 71, the other gives up 72 in an average game. They shoot about the same. The Rebels have gotten their field goal average up to 50%. Long Beach State's at 48%. On three-pointers, about the same, 39-38. Free throw shooting, Long Beach 65. The Rebels the worst in the conference at 61%.
This isn't a real good free throw shooting team by Long Beach either, so this will be interesting. Here's the 3 officials we have.
Mark Reisling, Gordon Burke, and Mike Cyphers working tonight's ball game. Rebels will also be here in 48 hours to go against Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara is playing at New Mexico State tonight at Las Cruces. Santa Barbara has led most of the way. It is now 50-50 in the second half in that game. We'll keep you posted on that one. Utah State leading Irvine at 46-38 in the second half. In fact, that's the first half. And Fresno State ahead of Cal State Fullerton at 19-15. Seth Greenberg took over from Joe Harrington as the head coach. He's 35 years old in his second season as the head man of Long Beach. Lost 3 times to the Rebels last year, including that 49-29 slowdown game in the Big West Conference Tournament. But those days are long gone.
Oh, they really are. Seth Greenberg's really happy with his ball club this year, and he's excited about his club's chances here.
Well, we're happy you joined us tonight from Las Vegas on radio and television. KDWN in Las Vegas, AM 720, live on radio. Delayed television, KDOC, Channel 56 in LA, and KVVU, Channel 5, Las Vegas. The tip goes to Long Beach State and the 49ers. Bobby Sears has it. Long Beach State will go right to left on your radio dial in the first half. Frankie Edwards takes the pass outside, and J.R. Ryder comes over and knocks the ball almost off Jerry Tarkanian's head over there.
You see Rebels coming out in their straight man-to-man defense to start the game.
I said to Tark this afternoon today, when's the last time you opened a game with a zone defense? He said, I think 1973.
Had to be in Long Beach.
No, he said the first year here. I said the same thing. Long Beach? He said no. First year of the Rebels. All right, Bobby Sears working the ball outside. This Long Beach State team was disappointing last year. Remember, they'd won 23 games the year before, got snubbed for the NCAA tournament. Last year, they were only 11-17. Here's Brian Russell's jump shot outside, in and out. Tipped by Tower, comes to Frankie Edwards. He'll back out with it. Back to Bobby Sears.
Rebels playing their zone after the out-of-bounds play.
Russell. Over to Lucius Harris in the middle of Tower. The New Mexico transfer in close. Bank trying no good. Tipped up and away. Sears and Gray go after it. Bobby comes away with it for Long Beach State. Back to Brian Russell. Over to Lucius Harris. Back to Russell to Sears. Love comes way out on him. They go back to Russell. Russell right of the lane. Gives it over to Harris. His first shot of the night. Gives Long Beach a 2-0 lead.
3.
Ryder winds up on the Rebel bench again.
I give him 3 for that, Russ.
Gonna give him 3. All right. Lucius Harris with 17 three-point baskets this year, and it's 3-0 Long Beach State. We played a little over a minute. All right, Ryder with it outside to H. Wallman. H looks like got a haircut sometime in the last couple of days. Back to Ryder, down low to Love, turning it over Edwards from 7. Good. Nice jump ball. 3-2. Here's Bobby Sears, top of the key. A jump shot for Long Beach is long. Comes to Russell, cuts across the lane, dribbles out of there. Russell missed some early games with a broken left hand, suffered December 10th in practice. And 2 days later, Mike Atkinson broke his left foot in a Long Beach State practice. Sears brings it out to Russell. To Lucius Harris. Gray out on him. Harris goes inside to Edwards against Spencer. Pump fakes over the 2 big men. Blocked by Elmore. Comes back to Frankie. Edwards again leans in. Scoop shot no good. Traveling's going to be called by Gordon Burke.
Elmore Spencer did a great job of staying at home against Frankie Edwards.
Frankie Edwards very physical. He can bench press over 350 pounds. He's the young man out of Samoa. All right, bringing the ball ahead, H. Wallman as the Rebels look for their first lead tonight. Lucius Harris picks him up. It goes to Gray, left wide open for a 3-pointer, and he sinks it in the right wing area.
Give a lot of credit to Melvin Love on a great down screen.
where Everick is 12th tray of the year, and the Rebels strike for 5 in a row and a 5-3 lead. Tower gives it outside to Russell. Russell dribbles left hand to left baseline. Gray cuts him off, so the pass comes out to Harris. Over to Bobby Sears. They set up the play. Love decides to front Tower. Spencer comes way out. Baseline drive, reverse layup. No good by Sears. Grabbed by Melvin Love. He gives to H. Wallman down the far side to Ryder. Ryder traveled. Easy one to Mark Reisling to call.
Happened to hop the feet. JR took his eye off the ball and looked up.
On that 2-game road trip to Southern California last week, UNLV trailed by 9 at Fullerton and by 8 in Irvine and won by 12 and 14. In fact, the second game, the Rebels only took 44 shots at Irvine, but made 28 for 64%, a seasonal high. They'd like to get off to a better start tonight. Right inside, Sears goes to Tower, looks for the tying jump hook and makes it. It's 5-5.
Chris Towers really improved his. He's become a solid player for Long Beach.
Certainly had 13 rebounds against UCLA in a game this year. Behind the back dribble by Wallman, and Sears fouled him. Almost a pretty good filtering job by Bobby Sears.
That looked like a real good pick right there. I think the Rebels caught a break right here. Bobby Sears doing a nice job of really moving his feet right there, and that looked like a pretty good steal.
We played almost 3 minutes, a 5-5 tie. The 7-footer Spencer inbounds to Wallman in backcourt for UNLV on our simulcast. H up across the timeline, dribbling now, goes down low to Elmore. He's in close for a dunk.
Well, it's a great diagonal pass by H. Wallman right there. Long Beach in their 1-3-1 zone. Good read by H.
You know, last year Seth Greenberg tried several things in the 3 games against the Rebels, didn't he? I remember using a triangle and 2 one night and slowed UNLV down, and he said he liked his concept of how to play them.
I'll tell you one thing, try to do anything against last year's ball club. Triangle and 2, box and 1. Didn't matter, did it?
Just mail it in, right?
Right.
No forfeits though last year, were there?
No.
Everybody showed up.
No ineligible players so far.
That's right. Outside Russell, long shot for Long Beach State, no good. Defensive rebound by Isaiah Ryder Jr. to Wallman, down to Everett Gray. Looked inside to Spencer, comes outside to Ryder. The foul line, pass underneath, great pass to Love. Bank try no good, but he drew a foul. Oh, what a nice pass by J.R. Ryder.
That is an excellent pass right there. JR really has a great ability to hang in the air. JR with a quick move. You see him stay suspended in the air. Excellent dish.
The foul is called on Chris Tower. It will be a shooting foul for Melvin Love. Mel in the year 52% at the free throw stripe. You know, now's a great time to visit Las Vegas. Fine value about now. Be sure to include Las Vegas in your next travel plan. Mel Love sinks the free throw. So he's got 3. Gray's got 3. Spencer's got 2. And the Rebels lead Long Beach State 8-5. The next free throw on the way. That rolls off the front side to Frankie Edwards. So it's still a 3-point UNLV lead. Quickly, Lucius Harris pulls up with a jump shot outside. No good for 3. Wallman, nice leaping rebound, one-handed for the Rebels. Bobby Sears picks him up in backcourt. H up on the move, down the lane, bounce pass to Love, drops it, picks it up, brings it way outside to Ryder. Here's a 3-pointer, ring it up.
Long Beach a little too quick with the shot last time down.
JR has 31 of those trays this year. And the Rebels now lead 11-5, 4 minutes into the game in Las Vegas. Bobby Sears dribbling outside on our simulcast. Down low goes to Tower, pump it over Spencer and bank it in.
Tower's doing an excellent job of sealing off down there.
11-7. Here comes Everett Gray up. Dribbling to the right baseline against Tower. Takes it all the way. Off balance pass through Love's hands and out of bounds. Should go to Long Beach State and does. Out of control by Everett Gray on that one. Long Beach State's going to substitute. Rod Hannibal, number 23, a 6'5" sophomore from Long Beach Poly coming in. But first, a timeout. 15:41 to go, opening half. UNLV 11, Long Beach State 7. We'll be back in a minute.
Liquidation prices. Ford, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Pontiac, Dodge, Hyundai, Chrysler, Mazda, and more. Only Fletcher Jones Chevrolet Geo could bring you the absolute best used car and truck buys in town at liquidation prices, starting as low as $24.95, but only until Saturday. Over 400 vehicles to choose from, instant financing, no money down, and we'll even pay off your holiday debts up to $4,000. This used car and truck liquidation sale is only at Fletcher Jones Chevrolet Geo on Decatur and Alta and ends Saturday at 10 p.m.
The largest, most spectacular civilization and grandeur to which no other place in the world could compare. It was the greatest empire mankind has ever seen. And it still is. Caesar's Palace. Relive the legend.
Rebelville is the place to be. Across the street from UNLV. For all your Rebel novelties, Rebelville is the place to be.
Rebelville, your official UNLV team shop with Rebel hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, sweatbands, jerseys, keychains, lamps, balls, shorts, clothes, and jewelry. And a whole lot more.
Here comes the rebel with the dog attack. Running and gunning at the Thomas and Mack.
There's a place where you can find the action. Superbook Casino. It's the #1 sportsbook attraction. Superbook Casino. By night it becomes a place to play. With food, with music. To take your soul away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Superbook Casino. Las Vegas Hilton's getting even better. This is even better now. Yeah.
Finalmente, un vero ristorante italiano. Sì, proprio qui, Las Vegas. Uno vero, come Riviera. Pesce fresco, ossobuco, frutti di mare. Te l'ho detto, come Riviera, numero 1, Piero's.
Shop the Jewelers. Now bigger and better than ever with 4 locations, Las Vegas and Green Valley. Quality, selection, low prices. Shop the Jewelers. Now with 4 great locations.
Still the toast on the town.
Our grand evening buffet, only $4.95.
The Maxim Hotel. Still the toast on the town. The Maxim Hotel.
I'm Alan Lee, General Sales Manager at Godden Ford and Import Center. While Gary Ackerman is away, he made it quite clear we better sell cars and trucks, lots of them. And that's exactly what we plan to do. It's our manager's markdown sale. For a limited time, select from over 800 cars and trucks that must be sold. Discounts up to $8,700 and financing as low as 2.9%. At Godden Ford and Import Center, 2121 East Sahara. Don't miss our manager's markdown sale now.
Bally's Celebration Package. 3 days, 2 nights of non-stop fun filled with dining, shows, and more. Enjoy spacious accommodations, just $39.50 per person per night. Call 1-800-634-3434 for reservations.
Where the celebration never ends.
UNLV has won 22 of the last 23 basketball games it's played against Long Beach State. The only loss in 1988 right here at the Thomas and Mack Center, 79-77. This series began in 65. Rebels lead 26-6, 13-1 against the 49ers in the city of Las Vegas. All right, back to play we go. Long Beach has the ball, trailing UNLV 11-7. Sears to Harris, down low to Tower, and Love came around him and fouled him. For Melvin, his first foul of the ball game.
And UNLV goes to the zone after the timeout.
Darkanian questioning the call. You know, Tark has never lost a basketball game in the city of Long Beach over 22 years. Maybe the most phenomenal stat in sports. 85-0 in the city of Long Beach.
Impressive.
Inside the Tower, nice stripping job by Wallman, who comes on a fly, and traveling's going to be called on Rod Hannibal, who's just in the game after that last timeout. Hannibal considered a very good perimeter defender.
We have a good point. Excellent dive down by H. Wallman.
All right, Wallman with a left-handed dribble brings it up behind Elmore Spencer. 15-10 to go first half. Comes to Ryder in the left wing area, and a holding foul on Tower. He was trying to stop Elmore Spencer, and he was caught, and it's his second foul of the ball game.
Kind of a slow start here, first 5 minutes.
You know, Jeff Rogers was scheduled to start at one of the guard spots, Denny, but he went with the 6'7" Brian Russell, maybe to try to counteract some of the height advantage that the Rebels seem to have inside.
Yeah, it's interesting. They've changed lineups for the last 2 games.
All right, here's Everett Gray bringing it out to Wallman. 5 minutes into the game, UNLV leads 11-7. Ryder's got it on the right side. Left-handed dribble against Harris. Carries the lane all the way. Left-handed scoop. No good. Tipped back on the glass. Ryder. No good. Comes to Bobby Sears. 3-on-3 break for the 49ers. Sears gives out to Russell. Russell almost traveled. Wallman steals the ball. We go back the other way. H. Wallman carries it all the way through, and he may have traveled. He did.
That was a real tough call right there. H. Wallman 1-on-3. Tried to do a little too much himself, but a great play on the defensive end. Here comes H. Wallman 1-on-3.
Couple of substitutes in there now for Long Beach State. Mike Atkins, number 34, the 6'7" freshman from San Jose, is one of them. Here's Lucius Harris with the ball, bringing it outside to Hannibal. Hannibal over to Sears. Sears can't shoot against the Rebel zone. Now it comes back on the far side, and a shot by Rod Hannibal barely hit the iron, goes out of bounds off of Long Beach State. Also on the floor is number 33 for the 49ers. He's Tony McGee, a 6'7" junior out of Azusa, California, who had 4 3-point baskets the other night in the come-from-behind victory over Pacific.
Pretty good 3-point shooter.
Gray with it outside. By the way, in that game, Long Beach State had 12 3-point baskets against UOB. Pass inside to Elmore, missed the bank. Tip by Spencer, no good. Another tip left-handed is good.
Nice effort by Elmore Spencer, really to stay with that one.
13-7 UNLV. We played 6 minutes tonight. Ross Porter and Denny Hovanek with you on our simulcast out of the Thomas and Mack Center. Simulcast, that means we're on radio and television simultaneously.
Okay, I'll buy that.
Over in front of Jerry Tarkanian with the ball for a moment to Hannibal. Bring him outside to Harris.
UNLV in the straight 1-2-2 zone last 3 trips down.
Rebels doing a good job of
they really are.
Keeping Lucius Harris out of it, aren't they? Hannibal over in the corner. Bring it out to Sears. Long Beach looks as confused as Irvine was. Shot clock at 10 seconds. Down inside. We got traveling call. Yes, sir. Mike Atkinson. Shovel to feet going in. You know, all 12 Long Beach State players have California backgrounds. 11 are from Southern California, and Mike Atkinson is from up north at San Jose. All right, D-Don Thomas makes his first entry into the game tonight for UNLV to replace H. Wallman at point guard. D-Don, number 11, 6-foot sophomore out of Taft High in Woodland Hills, makes his home in Los Angeles. D-Don hurries it up. Sears cuts him off. It goes to Gray for a three-pointer. It's in there, out of the right wing area.
Everett getting off to a nice start from that corner.
So the Rebels out by 9. A shot missed outside by Hannibal comes to Ryder. 2-on-2. Ryder going down the left side against Sears. Sears goes after the ball, knocks it loose on the floor. Thomas in front of the Long Beach State had it. Sears gets it. It goes on the floor again. Comes to Harris. 3-on-1 fast break for the 49ers. Lucius gives up underneath. Reverse layup is in there. Nice shot by Tony McGee.
Excellent.
Challenging Spencer. The other end, a dunk though for Melvin Love of UNLV as they beat Long Beach State back.
And a big-time look by Elmore Spencer.
Elmore's a great passer for a 7-footer.
Yes, he is.
18-9 at UNLV.
A guy named Larry Johnson used to make that pass once in a while. Remember him?
Oh, yeah. Johnson and Charlotte won their NBA game tonight. Bobby Sears outside against the Rebel zone. Jump shot from McGee. No good on the rim. Rebounded by Spencer. Looks for the out of the pass. Doesn't have it this time. Gives to Thomas. He hustles up. Gives to Gray. Everett has 2 3-pointers early. Drives the lane all the way. Finger roll. Good.
May be injured on this play right here.
Gray is down hard in the lane after sinking the shot. And he is in pain. Face buried at the floor. Timeout. Trainer Jerry Koloski of the Rebels hustles out. 12-10 to go first half. UNLV 20 and Long Beach State 9. We'll return in a minute.
In Las Vegas, the #1 place for visitors to have fun is the #1 place for locals. And the locals' favorite? The Showboat. 4 wonderful restaurants make dining a delight. Authentic Italian, steaks and seafood, the best of bountiful buffets, plus 24-hour service and specials. And of course, the friendliest crew in town. Easy access, 500 rooms, and comfortable surroundings. For room reservations, call 1-800-826-2800.
Pennies on the dollar. That's what the insurance company would like to give the victim of an accident.
I'm Carl Piazza. You know, insurance companies have to protect their interests, not yours. They want you to settle quickly and sign away your rights. At Carl Piazza & Associates, we've helped thousands of accident victims get every dollar of compensation they deserve. If you've been injured, we'll go to work for you, and with no fee until you collect.
Carl Piazza & Associates, because you need the kind of help that makes dollars and cents.
In the glory days of Rome, Caesar entertained his guests with the most spectacular sporting events in all the empire. 2,000 years later, he still does. Caesar's Palace. Relive the legend.
Everett Gray goes to the bench. Dr. Higgins comes over to check his right hand. And Reggie Manuel comes on for UNLV. 8 minutes into the game, the Rebels lead 20-9, and Denny, that zone defense working again.
Well, it really is. Since the timeout, Long Beach with only 1 bucket, and that was off the transition.
Long Beach got the first 3 points tonight since it's been 20-6 Rebels. Sears outside with Hannibal, over to Harris. Harris with a scowl on his face. In the corner to McGee, and tipped away by Love to Ryder. A steal for UNLV. Here's Dedon Thomas up in the forecourt. Goes to Love, down low to Elmore, around his man. Foul call.
Well, UNLV very active in their zone defense right now. Doing an excellent job. Nice bounce pass to Elmore Spencer. Elmore going for the deuce and a dive down by Bobby Sears.
Second foul on Sears. So Long Beach State with 4 fouls, but Tower has 2, Sears has 2, and they're a couple of the starters for Seth Greenberg. Now Elmore Spencer going to the line for 2 shots. He's 55% at the foul line this season. First one on the way, circles in. Gives Elmore 5 points. He's been in double figures in every UNLV game except the Rutgers affair, where he had 7 points. He leads the conference in shooting. 68% of his field goals dropped. His free throw doesn't drop, and the ball by Frankie Edwards out of bounds. The Rebels will keep it.
Boy, J.R. Ryder does an excellent job on the offensive boards again, off the missed free throw. UNLV does a good job of practicing that.
The report from the Rebel bench is Everett Gray suffered a slight sprain to the right forearm, and they expect him to come back later. All right, J.R. Ryder with it. Over on the far side to Thomas, to Ryder. Reggie Manuel's three-pointer swish.
But Reggie's really been on fire.
You know, he's hit over 50% of his three-pointers this year.
He is coming off the bench and really complements this team well.
24-9 in favor of UNLV.
UNLV playing good basketball right now.
Especially on defense. That's the key to all of this.
Yes, it is.
Frankie Edwards, Rod Hannibal, Bobby Sears handled it. I'll tell you, Stark was talking today about the fact that his team hadn't played that much zone this year. Pierce Hannibal's long shot no good. Edwards has an offensive rebound. He said, I think our zone surprised Irvine, but Denny, I think the Rebels have played more zone than Tark wants to say.
Yeah, they really have.
I mean, you're not going to fool teams that watch you on videotape. Here's Edwards' baseline jumper no good. Manuel's got the rebound for the Rebels. To Thomas, Dedon, over to Ryder and a weave. The foul line for a 16-foot jumper in there.
UNLV on all cylinders right now on both ends, defensively and on the offensive end.
UNLV scored the last 10 points for a 26-9 lead. Here's Harris' shot from outside, up, over, and out of bounds. When Lucius Harris has gone against the Rebels over the years, he has scored 17 points, 16, 22, 26, 28. And in 3, when he had that horrible 1-for-12 performance in the 49-29 slowdown we talked about the Big West tourney last season. And it looks as if he's a little bit flustered right now. And just
I think the whole team is frustrated right now.
Put the ball up that time. 10:15 to go in the half. A 17-point UNLV lead. Reggie Manuel's got it outside to Ryder. Ryder inside, trying to get to Bobby Joyce in the game. Ball tipped away by Frankie Edwards. Edwards claims it, gives it up now to Jeff Rogers, number 4, who's on for the first time. Almost stolen by Thomas. Rogers gets it back. He's the cousin of former Heisman Trophy winner George Rogers. Jeff making the signals known now as he shouts inside what he wants done. It comes to Brian Russell back in the game. To the left baseline to Frankie Edwards, working against Bobby Joyce. It cuts him off.
Long Beach has been on 9 a long time, Rob.
Yeah, it was 16-9. Now it's 26-9. Lucius Harris with it. Shot clock at 12. And a foul on Dedon Thomas.
Boy, but very unfortunate. UNLV very active in their zone defense right there. Shot clock down to 10.
Long Beach has made only 4 baskets in 14 tries. That's 29%, which is exactly what Irvine shot at the Brent Event Center on Saturday night. Meanwhile, the Rebels have made 8 of their first 11 shots, and now they've added 2 more to that, so they're pretty hot early.
UNLV does a nice job denying the ball.
And here's a bad pass heading to backcourt. Harris trying to save it, and it went off of Don Thomas. Lucius did his job. Seth Greenberg didn't know Reisling's call. Picked the ball up, was going to slam it down, and Mark said, "Hey, coach, it's going your way." Greenberg said, "Sorry, things aren't going too well for me right now, Mark."
Well, they really are. Great pressure by Don Thomas.
Pretty good play over there by Lucius Harris, too. All with the ball. Rogers to Russell. Back over to Jeff Rogers. He brings it to Russell out high. 9:15 to go in the half. Russell gives it up to Rogers. Shot out of the right corner for 3. No good. Tipped by Manuel. Comes to Thomas. Oh, whirling dervish. He's around a player. Lay it back to Gray. Back in the game. Every goes in. This is a shot. Drew a foul.
Boy, Don Thomas, an excellent reverse dribble. UNLV playing very good right now. Don Thomas on the fast break. Nice little dish to Everett Gray.
And Brian Russell draws his first foul.
It's good to see Everett Gray back in there.
Yes, it is. Gray goes to the line looking for his 9th point this evening. He's 61% as a foul shooter this season.
Got off to an impressive start. 2 outside jumpers. And
first free throw hits the front rim and comes out.
I knew I would do that to him.
That's all right. It's better you than me.
All right.
Long Beach State's 3 losses have been to rated opponents: UCLA, Kansas, and North Carolina Charlotte. They scored 49, 57, and 60 points in those games. Gray made his 2nd free throw, so 27-9 in favor of the running Rebels of Nevada, Las Vegas. Frankie Edwards has got it left of the lane down low. Bring it outside to Rogers. Over to Harris. In the air, 15-foot jump shot. No good, but he was fouled by Everett Gray. So after the Rebels ran off 11 consecutive points, Long Beach State has got a chance now to get off 9.
Lucius Harris with a nice little ball fake. Really got inside the 3-point line and foul on Everett Gray.
First foul on Gray. 3rd team foul on UNLV.
UNLV quietly opened up here, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Tony McGee back on the floor for the 49ers. Bobby Sears returns. Lucius Harris, who had the 3-pointer to open the scoring tonight, hadn't scored since until he just sank that one. Lucius is a 71% free throw shooter. Seth Greenberg feels that Lucius Harris is as good a basketball player in college ball as there is on the West Coast. He missed the 2nd free throw, and Elmore Spencer saves it along the baseline. 27-10 running Rebels. Thomas to Spencer out high. Back to Don. Bobby Joyce trying to get position in the lane. Gets out of there. It comes out to Gray. Joyce throws a pick. Here's Gray's jump shot, top of the key for 3. Good.
Boy, UNLV's really playing well.
A 30-10 UNLV lead with 8.5 minutes to go in the first half.
And 4 players touched the basketball that offensive trip. That's how well they're executing. Everybody's getting the feel for the offensive end of it.
That's 12 points for Gray. His 1 game high this year, 28 against San Diego State. Ryder has 5, Love 5, Spencer 5. Manuel has the other 3. Dropping the ball, McGee picks it up, goes back to Sears. The Rebels still in their zone. McGee 25-footer, no good. Tapped up in the air. Bobby Joyce gives it to Elmore Spencer. Back to Thomas. Don Thomas comes up. Out to Everett Gray. Down the baseline, moving in is Manuel, and he got hammered going in. Long Beach State has gone over 4 minutes since getting its last field goal.
Ted out of the half-court set. I think their last bucket was off a transition. Reggie Manuel on the baseline move right here. Quick first step.
And Brian Russell gets his 2nd foul, trying to block it. Timeout. Exactly 8 minutes to go in the first half. UNLV 30, Long Beach State 10. We'll return in a minute.
Shop the Jewelers. Now bigger and better than ever with 4 locations, Las Vegas and Green Valley. Quality, selection, low prices. Shop the Jewelers. Now with 4 great locations.
Still the toast on the town.
Now featuring an all-new Mexican menu.
The Maxim Hotel.
Harding, old money. Nice guy. Bogosian, pharmaceuticals, shoots in the low 80s. That's Vanderpool, oil, good backhand.
Who's that?
Turpin, bazillionaire.
What's he like?
He's smart.
Stop by Fletcher Jones Lexus and see how smart driving an LS400 can be.
There's a place where you can find the action. Superbook Casino. It's the #1 sportsbook attraction. Superbook Casino. By night it becomes a place to play. With food, with music. To take your soul away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Superbook Casino. Las Vegas Hilton's getting even better. This is even better. Better now. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas with Denny Ovanek. This is Ross Porter. The Rebels are putting on one of their better shows, I think, of the season thus far, Denny.
Well, they're putting on a clinic both offensively and defensively, holding Long Beach only to 1 field goal here and maybe in about the last 8 minutes. And that was off a transition bucket off a loose ball.
Reggie Manuel sinks the free throw for UNLV to pad the lead to 21 points. In the Big West in the second half at Las Cruces, New Mexico State now leading UC Santa Barbara 60-52. In the second half at Logan, Utah State ahead of UC Irvine 73-61. Halftime at Fresno State leading Cal State Fullerton 40-37. Manuel also made the second free throw to give him 5 points to give the Rebels a 32-10 lead.
Jerry changing the zone around, chasing a little bit more.
To the left baseline, Russell's got the basketball, had it knocked loose, comes outside to Lucius Harris. Back to Bobby Sears. Long Beach is hitting 21% from the field thus far. Here's the 20th shot of the night and the 16th miss as Russell failed and Bobby Joyce has the UNLV rebound. D-Don Thomas brings it up. Backing out. The Rebels have hit 79% from the field, 11 of 14.
It's great shot selection.
Everett Gray's had a big first half with a dozen. To Manuel. To Thomas in the right wing area. 7:15 to go before the break. Thomas left-handed dribble all the way to the lane. Bounce past the baseline. Here's Reggie Manuel. A jump shot no good. Comes to Bobby Sears. Sears and Gray buck. No foul in backcourt. Chris Towers back on the floor for the 49ers. Sears brings it up. 32-10 UNLV.
Jerry changes zone defense to an amoeba right now.
Tower outside. Here's McGee's three-pointer. That's on the rim. And a ball run down by Thomas in the corner. McGee goes after it. D-Don's around Tony. Fires it ahead. Everett Gray. Left-handed dribble. Left baseline. Jump shot from 7. Around. No good. McGee's got a defensive carom for the 49ers. Here comes Bobby Sears hustling back. Cut off by Reggie Manuel out front. Tower puts up a three-pointer. He's got it. The big 6'10 senior has now made 9 of 15 three-pointers. That's unusual.
That's his spot at top of the key.
32-13 UNLV. 6:14 to go first half. On a simulcast. Here's Manuel down low. Spencer around his man. Team and still gets loose and dunks it one-handed. I thought he traveled for a moment.
A little bit. That's a big-time pass by Reggie Manuel. It's good basketball UNLV's playing.
And now at the other end, foul we called on the Rebels as Sears went into the corner.
It's like Deed on a dive down.
They'll get Thomas for his second foul of the ball game. 14 fouls on UNLV, did he?
Jerry's got to really be happy the way the Rebels are playing right now. Executing on the half-court set, really good.
In the preseason poll of conference coaches, Long Beach State was picked 3rd behind UNLV and New Mexico State. The media tabbed the 49ers to place 5th. All right, inbounds pass comes outside to McGee, back in close to Tower. Huff makes love. Shots goes, and he's fouled. The basket will count. Nice move by Chris Tower. He likes to face the basket, and we pointed out a fine shooter for a big man. That time he put a pretty good fake on Melvin.
Boy, great mobility. See the pass going in down the Tower. Nice ball fake, and there you see the three-point play opportunity.
So it's 34-15 in favor of UNLV. And Tower, who's a 58% foul shooter, going to the line. Free throw is good. So Tower has 10 points. 10 of Long Beach State's 16 in the first half. Harris has 4. McGee has the other 2. H. Wallman back in there for Thomas. Gives it up to J.R. Ryder. McGee's all over Ryder. Ryder dribbling outside. Works around McGee. Takes the lane and gives off to Love. And Love goes in for a two-handed dunk.
Well, you should get steps on this one.
Yeah, should be traveling and no basket. That's going to be the call.
It's a good call.
Very good call. 18-point Rebel lead. 5:35 to go in the half. Lucius Harris, who has only 1 field goal, and that was in the first minute. Had to give it up to Sears. Down the far side to Edwards. The tower in the corner. Around Love. Bring it outside. McGee gives it back over to Sears. In the air behind the line. Jump shot. Three-pointer good.
Pretty good ball movement by Long Beach State that time. One of the few opportunities they've had for a free jump shot.
34-19. So Long Beach State has scored the last 6 points. J.R. Ryder with it. Tipped away by McGee. J.R. gets it back. Love sets a screen, almost a football block. And McGee give it go. Melvin wasn't looking for it, went out of bounds. And Tark stomps his foot, says, I want timeout. And Tark still stomping his foot. 4:59 to go in the opening half in Las Vegas. UNLV 34, Long Beach State 19. We'll return in a moment.
Finalmente, un vero ristorante italiano. Sì, proprio qui, Las Vegas. Uno vero, come Riviera. Pesce fresco, ossobuco, frutti di mare. Te l'ho detto, come Riviera, numero 1, Piero's.
Bally's Celebration Package. 3 days, 2 nights of non-stop fun filled with dining, shows, and more. Enjoy spacious accommodations, just $39.50 per person per night. Call 1-800-634-3434 for reservations.
Where the celebration never ends.
I'm Alan Lee, General Sales Manager at Godden Ford and Import Center. While Gary Ackerman is away, he made it quite clear we better sell cars and trucks, lots of them. And that's exactly what we plan to do. It's our manager's markdown sale. For a limited time, select from over 800 cars and trucks that must be sold. Discounts up to $8,700 and financing as low as 2.9%. At Godden Ford and Import Center, 2121 East Sahara. Don't miss our manager's markdown sale now.
UNLV's got a 15-point lead over Long Beach State. And look at the shooting percentages. 71% for the Rebels, 12 of 17. The 49ers just 29% on 7 of 24.
UNLV doing a remarkable job in their half-court offense.
Long Beach State has outscored them 9-4 since the last time out 3 minutes ago. Tower with it outside to Bobby Sears.
UNLV back to their straight 1-2-2
Tony
zone.
McGee's three-pointer looks good, not quite. Love went up and tipped it loose, goes back to McGee, knocked free again. Gray goes to the floor. Everett rolls it out to Love. He taps to Wallman. 3-on-2. Wallman gives up underneath. Ryder went to shoot. The ball was blocked. Great block over there by Sears, I believe. Back to Lucius Harris. Harris down the lane to Sears. Sears throws the ball off Frankie Edwards' shoulder, out of bounds.
Just want to say one thing on the previous trip. What a beautiful basketball play by Melvin Love to tip it to H.
It was a good play. UNLV Sports Information Director Joe Hawk has done some nice research this week. And he has found, we were talking about how well the Rebels are playing defensively. He's got some interesting figures. We'll give you in a minute. Down low, entry pass, Ryder to Spencer, and Elmore dunks. And that makes it 36-19 in favor of UNLV. We now have exactly 4 minutes to go in the half. Joe did a little research the last 5 seasons, including the one we're currently in. And he found that UNLV is ranking 4th nationally in field goal defense. Here's a jump shot from the lane, good by Frankie Edwards of Long Beach State. His first points of the evening.
Let me guess, Georgetown's 1.
You got it.
Go ahead, who's 2 and 3?
Arizona 2, Temple 3.
All right, makes sense.
The Rebel opponents in 5 years have hit 42% from the field. Nice move by Wallman in the lane, and while hanging, he gets his first points of the game.
Can I expound on your statistics?
What were you saying? Traveling call first on Chris Fowler.
That's the one stat that does not lie. Believe me, field goal shooting percentage, especially on the defensive end.
38-21 at UNLV.
Statistics, I'll have to remember that, Ron.
3:28 to go in the half. Rebels bring it up. Spencer got it into Wallman. Up to Everett Gray, the right wing area. Gray dribbling outside. Edwards trying to front Spencer. Bounce pass, and Frankie steps in front of Elmore and steals it. Down the middle goes to Sears. Wallman tipped it, but it comes to Harris. Back under to Edwards. Reverse layup, good, and the basket will count. There'll be a foul on Everett Gray of UNLV.
Boy, it's very unfortunate right there. Everett Gray gave him the baseline and came across for the foul. See a little scoop pass. Good mobility by Frankie Edwards. Goes the other side of the backboard.
For Everett Gray, that's his second foul. Mel Love has 2. De'Don Thomas has 2. Among the top 25 teams tonight, second-ranked UCLA had a roller coaster ride at Tempe. They flattened Arizona State 83-62. Frankie Edwards sinks the free throw to complete the three-point play, and it's 38-24 in favor of UNLV.
It's an important 3 minutes for Long Beach for them to get back into the game before the half.
Here's Ryder feeding to Wallman over the right baseline. Outside of Bobby Joyce. Pump fake. Hangs for a 9-foot bank. It's in. Nice shot. Didn't need the glass at the last minute. Bobby's first points, and it's 40-24 Rebels. Bobby Sears brings it back. 6th-ranked Arizona way ahead of USC tonight at Tucson, 92-64. That'll be 71 straight McHale Center for Arizona, and UCLA will be there Saturday.
That'll be a great matchup.
With the ball, Frankie Edwards tried to hit Tower. Ball was knocked by Ryder loose. Comes to Bobby Joyce. Rebels lead by 16. 2.5 minutes to go in the half. Ross Porter and Denny Hovanek with you tonight on our simulcast from Las Vegas. J.R. Ryder left-handed dribble against Lucius Harris. Hangs for a jump shot. Up and no good. Edwards rebounds. Frankie gives to Bobby Sears.
Long Beach is not this bad, believe me.
Sears is 12-foot jump shot the lane. No good. Melvin Love rebound. Here comes Wallman back. Give it out to Everett Gray for a three-pointer on the rim. Rebound over Bobby Joyce of the Rebels. Back to Wallman. Wallman working on Sears. Carries the lane. 10-footer in and out. Heartbreak. Sears has the defensive rebound. He hustles back between Wallman and Joyce. Kicking off to McGee for a baseline jumper on the rim. Tipped by Tower. No good. Grabbed by Ryder. Here come the Rebels back. 2-on-3. JR against Sears. Takes it all the way through the lane. Missed the shot. Ball is volleyball by Love, and it comes out front to Tony McGee. 3-and-2 on the fast break for the 49ers. Bobby Sears takes it down the lane. Gives to McGee. He missed a wide open shot. Everett Gray's got it for UNLV. Let's go the other way, they say. Gray to Love. Love goes under. Scores. No traveling.
The referees didn't call steps right there. I think they're letting this one go already.
Yeah, Seth Greenberg just couldn't believe it.
That was an official walk right there.
Yes, 42-24 Rebels, 1:11 to go in the half. Spencer, Manuel, and Thomas want to come back before they go to the dressing room.
It's not been pretty. We haven't even seen Brian Emerzian yet.
Here's a pass from Davis over to Sears. Sears was looking at referee Mike Cyphers and almost didn't catch the ball. Now into the corner, McGee will put up a three-pointer. No good. Battle for the rebound. Tower and Love. Tower's got it. And bank shot in and out. Frankie Edwards on the other side missed. Loose ball. Tower's got it back. And a foul will be called on Melvin Love. I thought it was a good block underneath by Ryder, but first a foul on Love, and that'll be the third on Melvin, and he'll sit down.
Well, Long Beach missing an incredible amount of shots inside. Tower just couldn't get this one to drop. Ball goes in and out. Frankie Edwards with the follow. And Tower regains it again.
All right, 44 seconds to go into half. Joyce, Spencer, Manuel, Thomas, and Ryder should finish off the half for UNLV. Towers going to the line. Among other rated teams tonight, 8th-ranked North Carolina, Rip Clemson 103-69. 10th-ranked Indiana, flattened Minnesota 96-50. In overtime, 11th-rated Michigan won at Iowa 80-77. And one more final to give you. Texas El Paso beat BYU tonight 89-69. Chris Tower misses the free throw. He has another one coming. Tower with 10 points. He averages 9.5. He had 17 in one game against Azusa Pacific this year. And Tower sinks the next free throw. Now, Everett Gray's going to come back in for Bobby Joyce and finish off the half. 42-25 in favor of the running Rebels.
So the bench is really coming off and doing a great job for UNLV.
They are.
Dedon Thomas and Reggie Manuel and Bobby Joyce is really contributing.
If you join us late, Dexter Boney probably went up well all night long because of the cut hand. Would you call it a tooth mark or teeth marks?
How about teeth? You're asking me.
Okay, it goes over to Reggie Manuel. Out near midcourt, dribbling the ball with 24 seconds to go in the half.
Weren't you an English major at Oklahoma?
No, I wasn't. All right. I wonder if they gave Boney a rabies shot. You know what
I knew you were going to come with that.
12 seconds to go in the half. Thomas working outside, dribbling the basketball. Spencer trying to get free underneath. Comes to Gray. Dale Moore in the lane. Put it up, score, he's fouled. The big guy wanted it. They got it to him.
I'll tell you what, UNLV is doing a remarkable job of throwing the ball into the post area. Everett Gray, and you see Elmore Spencer with the nice post up, really does a great job of passing away from the defense. Give Everett Gray a lot of credit on the pass.
And give Frankie Edwards his first foul. It comes with 7 seconds to go in the half. If Elmore makes his free throw, the Rebels will be 20 points ahead. They were favored tonight by 16. Spencer's free throw, no good, off to the right. Russell will get it. Up to Sears, up into forecourt. Loses the ball to Manuel. 3 seconds to go. Manuel's 40-footer. State, Long Beach 25. We'll be back with the halftime festivities in a moment.
If you need a car, truck, or van, and you have been bounced around because you have a credit problem, no problem. Drop into GMF Motors. I can and I will finance you.
GMF Motors, Boulder Highway at Sahara.
If you want to sell your car, truck, or van, no problem. Come to GMF Motors. We pay top dollars for your vehicle. I'm ready when you are.
GMF Motors, Boulder Highway at Sahara, open every day of the year.
You're watching Fox 5, the viewer's choice for Southern Nevada. KBBU TV5, Henderson and Las Vegas.
We've reached halftime at the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas, and UNLV has a 19-point lead over Long Beach State. And once again tonight, you've got to say, the Rebel defense has been the key to it all. It was a stifling defense, a zone, a 1-2-2 that choked off Irvine on Saturday night. The Rebels come home tonight. They open in man-to-man. And, Denny, I don't think Tark was in the man-to-man for 2 minutes. He goes to the zone, and Long Beach State looked completely baffled.
He played the man-to-man until about the 15-minute mark in the first half, went right to the 1-2-2 zone, really created a lot of problems for Long Beach.
Long Beach, I think, in the first 13 minutes, we'll have to check it, had 10 points.
They did a remarkable job, and out of that 10 points, 2 of those buckets were transition. So give the UNLV 1-2-2 zone defense a lot of credit. The other thing, UNLV is doing a remarkable job on the offensive court, shooting almost 70% from the field.
When a team knows the Rebels have the zone, obviously they work on it during practice before the game, don't they?
Well, they really do. UNLV's image has always been the pressure man-to-man defense. You go in the whole week practicing against that. What happens, though, when a UNLV does switch to a zone, it really throws the mentality of the team off a little bit, really throws their rhythm. So you can see how Long Beach is really struggling. Tony McGee having a difficult night from the three-point range. Lucius Harris can't get started for Long Beach.
When we were in Southern California for the games at Fullerton and Irvine, I saw different press reports saying UNLV used a 1-2-2 zone. They used a diamond and one. They used a box and one. Are they using all those defenses?
Tonight they started out man-to-man. They came back basically with primarily with the 1-2-2 zone and used them maybe about 2 or 3 minutes of the amoeba. They'll use the amoeba zone defense when Elmore Spencer's on the bench. They have a little more quickness in the lineup when Everett Gray goes to that 4 and 5 spot in the amoeba.
Tell the folks what you mean when you say amoeba. They're not basketball buffs.
Well, the amoeba puts great pressure on the ball, and the backline players basically cover quite a bit of area in the perimeter.
Can that be a 2-1-2 then?
Well, yes, depending. They'll match up depending what the offensive team, what kind of set they throw to it. But basically, the amoeba requires a little more foot speed, and that's why when Elmore's on the bench, that's why they employ the amoeba, because of all the movement on the amoeba defense.
Okay, Denny, now you want to head for the UNLV dressing room. We'll get your report later in the half. Yeah, we're at halftime. The Rebels lead 44-25 over Long Beach State. We'll be back to check the first half scoring and take a look at some of the scores in college basketball tonight. We'll return right after this.
In Las Vegas, the #1 place for visitors to have fun is the #1 place for locals. And the locals' favorite? The Showboat. 4 wonderful restaurants make dining a delight. Authentic Italian, steaks and seafood, the best of bountiful buffets, plus 24-hour service and specials. And of course, the friendliest crew in town. Easy access, 500 rooms, and comfortable surroundings. For room reservations, call 1-800-826-2800.
At UNLV, our students are expanding their horizons, and so are we. Hi, I'm Bob Maxson, and I'm excited by the fact that the University of Nevada, Las Vegas is flourishing, both in numbers and in spirit. With enrollment approaching 20,000, we're expanding our campus to accommodate the growing student population, and we're not stopping there. Excellence in faculty research and the high quality of teaching at UNLV point to our commitment to higher education.
In building the 19-point lead tonight, UNLV in the first half at 61% from the field. That equates to 17 successes in 28 tries. On the other hand, Long Beach State was just 28% as they missed 23 of the 32 they tried. The Rebels had the best of it on the boards, getting 22 rebounds to 18 for the 49ers. There were 9 turnovers on Long Beach, only 8 on UNLV. Rebels had 5 3-point baskets in the first half, and Long Beach State had 3. 12 assists for the Rebels and 8 for Long Beach State. Taking a look at the individual scoring for UNLV, Everett Gray led the way with 12 points in the first half. Elmore Spencer had 11. Melvin Love scored 7, 5 for J.R. Ryder, 5 for Reggie Manuel, 2 for H. Wallman, and 2 for Bobby Joyce. For Long Beach State, Chris Tower played well offensively, had 11 points to lead his ball club. Frankie Edwards had 5. They all came late in the half. Lucius Harris, who is one of the top players not only in the Big West Conference but also in the West, the same guy who's averaging 20 points a game. Well, Lucius Harris had 1 3-pointer in the opening minute tonight to give Long Beach State a brief 3-0 lead. He also drilled a free throw, and those were to be his only 4 points in the initial 20 minutes. 3 for Bobby Sears and 2 for Tony McGee. So UNLV with a big lead here, 44-25. We can tell you the 2 other Big West Conference games are now finals at Las Cruces. New Mexico State, after trailing most of the first half and 39-35 at intermission to Santa Barbara, came back and beat the Gauchos 72-63. We'll see Jerry Pimm's UCSB team here at the Thomas and Mack Center on Saturday night. And at Logan, Utah State tonight beat UC Irvine by 20, 81-61. Last we heard at halftime, Fresno State led Cal State Fullerton 40-37. 6th-ranked Arizona has beaten USC handily, 107-68. We told you that UCLA was an easy winner tonight at Arizona State, 83-62. North Carolina, Indiana, and Michigan also won among top 25 teams. We'll be back and get started for the second half in a moment. The score is UNLV 44, Long Beach State 25. We'll return after this timeout.
The largest, most spectacular civilization ever created. It had a splendor and grandeur to which no other place in the world could compare. It was the greatest empire mankind has ever seen. And it still is. Caesar's Palace. Relive the legend.
Bally's Celebration Package. 3 days, 2 nights of non-stop fun filled with dining, shows, and more. Enjoy spacious accommodations, just $39.50 per person per night. Call 1-800-634-3434 for reservations.
Shop the Jewelers, now bigger and better than ever with 4 locations, Las Vegas and Green Valley. Quality, selection, low prices. Shop the Jewelers, now with 4 great locations.
We were talking about UNLV's superb defense in the first half, and in checking it, we find that Long Beach State scored 10 points in the first 13 minutes and 36 seconds, and by then they were down 32-10 as the Rebels really assumed control of this game. Denny, what did the Tark have to say in the dressing room?
Well, after we talk about the great 1-2-2 defense, our man Tark's going to come out with a man-to-man to start the second half. You knew that was coming. He really doesn't want to give up on the man-to-man. That's what he told the players in the locker room. I think he feels a little comfortable with the zone, know that he can always go back to that. Right now, he's going to start out the man-to-man and hopefully get some intensity out of that.
What do you feel about the Rebels' offensive show?
He was really impressed. I think he really liked the way they played. UNLV's done a remarkable job of throwing the ball into the post area. They really look sharp on both ends of the court this evening.
Well, Elmore Spencer made 5 of his 6 shots in the first half. Everett Gray went 4 for 6. Melvin Love went 3 for 4. So that kind of tells you why they're hitting over 60% in the first half. Lucius Harris only took 3 shots in the first half, made 1 of them.
The zone defense has been so active, it's very difficult for him to even attempt a shot. Give the UNLV defense a lot of credit. Great team defense.
We talked about it the other night when we were in Southern California. If you're going to attack the zone, you better get them in the gaps, hadn't you?
Well, either penetrate the gap or by the dribble or by the pass. What you might want to do is maybe kick the ball into the post area. Now he's trying to kick it opposite to the open shot. But UNLV has shown great mobility in their zone defense right now. Been very active.
All right, the Rebels with the big lead, 44-25 over Long Beach State at intermission. We'll be back and start the second half in Las Vegas right after this.
This car has been praised for holding its value. This one for outperforming the stock market. Over the past year, however, no other luxury car in its class has retained more of its value than the Lexus LS 400. Maybe this is what they mean by a new world order. Visit Fletcher Jones Lexus and see how smart owning an LS 400 can be.
Still the toast on the top.
Our grand evening buffet, only $4.95.
The Maxim Hotel. Still the toast on town. The Maxim Hotel.
These Run Rebels are having quite a night offensively. 61% from the field, 86% from the foul line. They've got almost twice as many rebounds as San Diego State, and they lead by 20 primarily because Everett Gray is having the best night of his career. 22 points in the first half at the Thomas and Mack Center. Joining me now, a man who does double duty. He is the publicity director of the Showboat Hotel in Las Vegas, and he's also one of the tri-hosts of Rebel Talk on our parent station, KDWN in Las Vegas. I'm talking about Tony Cordasco. Tony, great to see you. Happy New Year a couple nights early.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you too, Ross. I know that the Rebels are celebrating here as well, closing out their non-conference season, and hopefully they're going to record a victory, coasting on the victory. This has been a game of spurts. The Rebels opened up with a 9-0 run. Then it was 7-0 in favor of San Diego State at one point, and then a 9-0 UNLV run in the end. So back and forth it's been going, and it's good to see the return, I guess, of running Rebel basketball.
Yeah, Denny and I were talking about it earlier, the fact that it looked like the Rebels had a lot more intensity tonight than it did in the last couple of the first halves of home games especially.
Yeah, Tim Gergerich was our guest tonight on Rebel Talk, the pregame version of Rebel Talk, and we were talking to him about the Rebels in the last 3 games. They had to rally from behind in the early stages, and he said that he wanted his team to get out there tonight. Him and Coach Sarkanian and the rest of the coaching staff said that the Rebels had to get out there, establish themselves defensively early.
Arizona made it 71 in a row at the McHale Center tonight, and those are the 2 longest home court winning streaks in all of basketball. And Jerry Tarkanian never has a big enough lead, does he?
No, he doesn't. I think Arizona's home streak will be tested Saturday.
Yes, it should be. Long Beach State's 6-game winning streak is very much in jeopardy tonight, and the Rebels trying to make it 8 straight and go to 11-2. What's more, be 3-0 in the Big West Conference, and Santa Barbara coming in here Saturday night.
About the 3-minute mark in the first half, I thought if Long Beach could cut it to 10 somehow, they would maybe have a chance at this game, but right now just going the other way.
You know, you made an interesting observation, Denny, in the first half. There was a timeout with UNLV leading 11-7, and when the teams came back on the floor, the game just completely turned, because at that point the Rebels, I think, went to the zone and then went on that run of what turned out to be 21-3.
This is a very suspect outside shooting team other than Lucius Harris for Long Beach. So you can see all the onus is really on Long Beach right now from the perimeter.
All right, the Rebels inbound as we go to the second half. And UNLV goes right to left across your dial if you're with us on KDWN Radio. All right, H. Wallman with it behind the pick. Ryder came around, took the pass out to Gray. Everett trying to dribble left-handed and knocked out of bounds as Russell came from behind him and slapped it out of bounds. 44-25, UNLV. Wallman, alley-oop pass, and Gray stuffs it home. Great inbounds play.
Great spin move by Everett Gray to get free.
14 for Gray. 46-25, Rebels. Jump shot outside by Harris. He's got his second basket of the night. That'll be a two-pointer. Lucius has had 2 8-point games this year, 15 or more in all the others, so he's got 6 tonight. And it's 46-27 UNLV. Gray guarded by Russell, brings it out to Ryder. JR alley-oop pass underneath to Elmore, double team, and still banks it around and drew a foul. The ball didn't go for him. Might be Towers' third foul.
Yeah, should be.
Nope, going to go on Russell. That'll be his third.
That way for the dive down. Elmore Spencer with a good catch. Ball is tough to handle.
How do you defend the big guy?
Well, it's so difficult down there, especially 7-1 like Towers. Very difficult matchup.
Spencer looks for point number 12 and makes the free throw. Rebels by 20.
I thought we'd see a better game
I was just about to say, I thought it'd be closer to this. Mediocre minds run on the same channel, don't they?
Boy.
The next one is short and rebounded by Tower of the 49ers.
Better get a new satellite dish.
Bobby Sears brings it up outside to Russell. Spencer leaning over Frankie Edwards, the left of the lane, now backs off of him. Comes out to Sears on our simulcast to Tower. Back to Edwards, over to Sears. And we got a foul called by Mark Reichling. If it's Melvin, it's his fourth.
Tower did a nice job establishing position. Melvin trying to go on the high side, knocked that ball away.
That is number 4.
Tower in a low post there. Melvin Love over for the foul.
David Rice said to Tark, what do you want to do, Coach? Coach said, Bobby. And Bobby Joyce got up. Here's a ball saved by Ryder back in the floor to Spencer to Wallman. Wallman brings it up. Brings it back out to Elmore. Hung in the air with it. To Love. Out to Ryder. Three-pointer. No good. Melvin almost got his fifth. Going over Russell's back. No foul call. Bobby Sears brings it up for Long Beach State. Pulls up for a 17-footer from the line. Missed it. The tip is good by Russell.
Russ, I'm amazed that on the previous play, Long Beach had the ball out of bounds, and UNLV did a great job of denying the ball again. They get more skills on the out-of-bounds plays.
Everett Gray with a high dribble, brings it into offensive court. 47-29 UNLV. Comes to Elmore Spencer. He leaves it out for Wallman. They play catch. Back to Elmore over Tower from 6. Baseline jumper, no good. Followed by Love, no good. Melvin keeps it alive. Goes to the lane and banks it in. What an effort by Melvin Love. He knows he's coming out of the ball game, and he really hustled on that one.
Very aggressive for 4 fouls.
Here's Frankie Edwards turning in. Shooting blocked by Spencer. Foul on Spencer. Elmore thought he got all ball. Here's Joyce in and Love out for UNLV at the 17:58 mark.
Frankie Edwards has great mobility in the low post area. Had both players jumping in the air, and you see Elmore coming for the foul.
Frankie had a career high 21 points the other night against San Jose State when he made 9 of his 12 field goal tries.
Seems like he's been at Long Beach forever, too.
I know. All right, Edwards to the free throw line. 1 for 1 tonight, 60% on the year.
See his foul shot routine behind around the waist. See if he does it again.
Edwards had 16 rebounds in the game against Arizona last year. Now that was in the conference. He was going against Brooks and your old high school player Brian Williams at that time. Edwards also makes the next free throw to give him 7 points. 49-31 UNLV, and now Long Beach State for the first time shows some full court pressure. Harris picks up Wallman, terminates the dribble, gets it over the timeline to Gray, the double team him. He goes to Ryder, 2-on-1. JR down the middle of the field, and Elmore got ripped going down the middle. Russell thought he got all ball. Mark Reisling said, no, you didn't. That'll be the 4th foul on Russell.
Well, UNLV has numbers right here. JR with the nice little dish coming down the lane. Good read. Pretty good foul by Russell right there. Elmore had the easy deuce.
Is it ever a good foul when it's your 4th?
And a blowout like this probably is.
Russell has to leave, replaced by number 23, Rod Hannibal, who played briefly in the first half.
Depending on how much time on the clock.
I want to thank our great support crew tonight, remote producer, engineer, director, man around town, Mitch Halpern over on radio, as he always is at home. Our guy, Mitch.
Doing a great job.
Elmore missed them both. Rebounded now by Long Beach State. Bobby Sears brings it ahead. Don Jacobs, our television producer tonight. Jeff Chester, our director. Paul Hogat helping us out here courtside. Here's a steal by Everett Gray. One-on-one with Tower all the way. And trying to get the one-handed dunk and got a foul out of it. That's it. Tower questioning the call. He's got his third foul.
Everett Gray in the open court and does a nice job drawing this foul. Tower a little too late trying to go for the block. Well, UNLV playing pretty good man-to-man defense, Ross. Got to bring that point up. Jerry will be happy if he listens to the telecast.
Tim Gergerich up across the way, the Rebel assistant.
Great
Screaming
staff.
instructions out. Great staff is right. Everett Gray sinks the free throw. The Rebels reach 50. They got a 19-point lead in the second half. For Gray's 15th point. Ed Gorgian over there.
Keith Starr and David Rice. Good group.
Nice fellas.
Administrative assistant might be the best of them all, though.
Mr. Hovanek, my partner. All right, the second free throw is also good. The Rebels again enjoy a 20-point lead of 51-31.
Clark might call me on that one.
He'll be in bed by the time he gets to this point. 17-15 to go in the game. Denny McGarvey, our statistician, can't forget Denny. He's always done a great job. Underneath, the reverse layup was good for Lucius Harris as he got away from his defender.
Real quick basket cut. Real nice.
17-point Rebel lead. Harris now has 8. Walman almost traveled. Saved by UNLV. H gets it back, feeds Elmore. Great pass to Everett Gray, one-handed dunk. Behind the back pass by Spencer.
That is the proper play right there. Nice little dish by Elmore. It's good basketball.
It's 53-33 UNLV. I think I cheated him out of a point a moment ago. Frankie Edwards pump fakes, and Bobby Joyce knocked the ball free to H. Wallman. H behind the back with his dribble. Up in the offensive court in front of Tarp. Gives to Gray, three-pointer. Barely drew iron on the far side. Ryder fights Tower for the ball, and it is off of JR out of bounds. Substitution number 34, Mike Atkinson. All right, for the first time tonight, we see Mike Atkinson in the second half. He's the young man who had the broken left foot in December and missed some game.
Well, Tony McGee never got to go in the first half. 1 for 8. That really hurts their outside shooting.
They were 39% on their three-pointers this year. The Rebels 38% on those kind of shots. 16-12 to go in the game on a simulcast. UNLV 53, Long Beach State 33. Sears out to Lucius Harris. Down low it goes, and as Atkinson gave it off under the Hannibal, there was a foul called on Bobby Joyce.
UNLV doing a nice job of switching the screens on the perimeter. Good bounce pass in there. Atkinson trying to finish it up.
The second half, Fresno State leading Cal State Fullerton 71-62. Inbounds pass stolen by Joyce. He flips it to Wallman. Wallman goes down against Sears, gives up to Gray. Gray has Hannibal on his back as he faked and couldn't get the ball up, and a foul will be called on Rod.
Ross, as I mentioned before, I'm absolutely amazed how many times UNLV steals the ball in the inbounds plays. Great look by H. Waldman.
What is that, Denny, besides anticipation?
I'll tell you what, they do a great job of chesting up. They switch the screens down there, and they make it very difficult. They deny the ball everywhere.
What do you mean by chesting up?
They'll literally get into your chest, play tough man-to-man defense. They really guard you all over the court. More teams have trouble getting that ball in. It's incredible.
Everett Gray makes his 19th point of the ball game as he sinks the first free throw. After missing his first one tonight, he's made 4 in a row. Rebels lead 54-33, just under 16 minutes to go.
With this type of ball club, UNLV does the little things very well, and that's very indicative of how they treat the ball out of bounds.
Gray looks for his 20th point, and he's got it. And now we're going to have a timeout. 15:56 to go in the game. UNLV 55, Cal State Long Beach 33. We'll return to the Thomas and Mack Center in a minute.
His celebration package. 3 days, 2 nights of non-stop fun filled with dining, shows, and more. Enjoy spacious accommodations, just $39.50 per person per night. Call 1-800-634-3434 for reservations.
Where the celebration never There's a place where you can find the action. Superbook Casino. It's the #1 sportsbook attraction. Superbook Casino. By night it becomes a place to play. Filled with music to take your soul away. Yeah. Superbook Casino. Las Vegas Hilton's getting even better. Best is even better. Better now. Yeah.
You're watching Fox 5, the viewer's choice for Southern Nevada. KVBU TV 5, Henderson and Las Vegas.
This is a wonderful time to visit Las Vegas. Some great values in this city right now. So when you're making your vacation and travel plans in coming weeks, always remember Las Vegas. If you see Denny Hovanek walking down the street, give him a dime.
That's right. Thank you, Ross.
55-33.
About a quarter.
UNLV.
Coffee's expensive now.
Big State's got the ball. Bobby Sears outside, top of the key, carried through the lane as he went in. He was fouled. Might be Wallman.
You're the one who takes all those radio money away from me and TV.
H. Wallman, that's his first foul tonight.
Bobby Sears with a good dribble penetration right there, and Reggie needed to turn his hand for the weak side help. Lost sight of the ball. That was his rotation.
Rebels still hitting 57% on the night. They made 20 of 35 in the field, compared to Long Beach State's 32% on 12 of 38. Bobby Sears misses the free throw. He's 74% on the year, the best of any of the Long Beach State 49ers. The second one circles off to the right, and Spencer has a UNLV rebound.
Seth Greenberg is shaking his head over there on the sideline.
He's been shaking it ever since the Rebels blew him out early. Manuel in the ballgame against Everett Gray. Everett halts the dribble, guarded closely by Atkinson. Goes back to Reggie Manuel. Out front to H. Wallman. Wallman in the lane to Spencer, double team. Flips it underneath. The ball comes loose. Tower has it, gives it ahead to Sears. Here come the 49ers back to the man on the left side, Lucius Harris. Baseline jumper, no good. Follow shot is good. Bobby Sears will get credit for the basket. Get to give him 5 points tonight. 55-35, and we played 5 minutes in the second half. H. Wallman guarded closely by Bobby Sears. Comes behind a pick from Gray. Down low to Elmore. Spencer turns to shoot. The ball was blocked. No foul. It is free. The 49ers have it again. Sears brings it up. Now outside it goes to Hannibal. Left-handed dribble working against Manuel. Out to Harris. He goes baseline left. Double team. Shoots from 10 and makes it.
A tough shot. Pretty good defense by Reggie Manuel on Lucius Harris.
Lucius has 3 field goals in this half. On the other side, Ryder with a one-handed dunk.
Lucius Harris went for the steal. That left J.R. Ryder all by himself.
And the Rebels again lead by 20 at 57-37.
H. Wallman's doing some nice things offensively. Really doing a good job passing the ball in the post and in the transition.
Long Beach State has only made 20% of its three-pointers tonight. 3 of 15. Remember, they had 12 three-pointers the other night against Pacific, which late in the school record. Now they got a three-pointer from Bobby Sears.
Well, UNLV running the lanes.
And the other end, Everett Gray goes in and dunks.
And another good look. 50-foot pass by H. Waldman again, right on the money.
Is Long Beach State just slow in getting back?
A little bit, yes. And UNLV's doing a nice job getting out on transition.
59-40. Deion Thomas will come in when he can for the Rebels.
I really like the way UNLV's playing tonight, Ross.
Yes, they're playing well. Tony McGee and Frankie Edwards set to return for Long Beach State. 13:45 to go in our game. 59-40 UNLV trying to win its 8th in a row. Lucius Harris in the air. Shot blocked by Spencer. Foul going to be called on the other side on J.R. Ryder.
get JR for the hold. But UNLV pretty active in their man-to-man defense. Ball screen set by Atkinson. You see Elmore coming for the help and the push by JR.
Wallman leaves as Thomas comes back in to be the UNLV point guard. I remember last year Seth Greenberg saying UNLV has made every Big West Conference basketball program better, which is a nice tribute.
That is, and a true statement right there. They've raised the level.
Lucius Harris sinks that free throw. He'll have one more coming. Harris has a great first step to the basket. He missed that one. It's loose on the floor. Saved for a moment by Hannibal, but it comes to Elmore Spencer out of the Rebels. 59-41 UNLV. That was led by 19 at half. And a foul called away from the play on Frankie Edwards of Long Beach State.
Tough matchup for him down in the low post area. Elmore 7, almost 7-1, and Frankie Edwards is 6'8", 6'7".
We mentioned at the outset tonight, J.R. Ryder's leading the Big West Conference in scoring with a 21-point average. He has just 7 points tonight. Lucius Harris averaging almost 20, and he has been held to 11 points in this game. Manuel out to Thomas.
You'll see Bobby Sears dive down and help.
Here's Reggie Emanuel going all the way under. Gives to Gray. Gray banks it in. Unselfish pass by Reggie. He could have taken it all the way. Gray with another big night, point-wise. 61-41. I've got Everett with 24, 12 in each half. Frankie Edwards' baseline jumper from 9 is good. 61-43. Coming up on the 12:45 mark. Melvin Love's going to come back in, playing with 4 fouls. Stark's unhappy. J.R. Ryder takes Thomas's pass, returns it to D-Down. They sink off of him. Weave. Ryder's three-pointer. In, out. Spencer put it back. Score.
Boy, Elmore with great mobility. Did a nice job following that shot.
20-point Rebel lead, 63-43. Lucius Harris, 18-foot jumpers in and out. Spencer volleyballs it, grabs it, fires it 50 feet ahead to Ryder. JR's got it 2-on-2. He tried to pass underneath the Gray. Got blocked back at his face. He has the ball, though.
Tark is shaking his head.
JR all the way down the middle and loses it out of bounds, but it's touched by Long Beach State.
JR gets a little more freedom than the rest of the players.
Yes. You said that about Larry Johnson, too.
Larry called timeouts when anything he wanted. And I don't blame Tark.
All right.
Long Beach totally out of their element right now in the half-court offense. Just a lot of one-on-one play right now.
Tower in, McGee out for Long Beach State. Inbounds pass to Gray, wide open dunk. Where'd he come from? Long Beach State said. We didn't see Everett Gray. He just
Back
slipped in
screen, forgot to switch.
65-43. Gray is threatening his career high of 28 points earlier here against San Diego State. Ryder blocks Harris's shot. Goes back to Lucius at the baseline. He misses there. Comes out and Lucius gets his own miss again.
Long Beach playing out the string right now.
11:40 until it's all over, and the Rebels will have run their record to 11-2 and snap Long Beach State's 6-game winning streak. Bobby Sears, entry pass to Edwards, tipped by Ryder, loose on the floor. Edwards gets it, doesn't get it. There's a foul called, and Melvin may be out of the game. Let's see. No,
be
they go the other way on Long Beach State on Rod Hannibal.
Over the back. Hannibal gets a running start on this missed opportunity right here and goes on over the back on Melvin Love and J.R. Ryder.
Timeout, 11:27 to play. UNLV 65, Long Beach State 43, and we'll be back in a minute.
The buffet at the Gold Coast. The best foods for the best price anywhere. Take our words for it. Head for the Gold Coast Buffet, the last word in reasonably priced dining.
I'm Alan Lee, General Sales Manager at Godden Ford and Import Center. While Gary Ackerman is away, he made it quite clear we better sell cars and trucks, lots of them. And that's exactly what we plan to do. It's our manager's markdown sale. For a limited time, select from over 800 cars and trucks that must be sold. Discounts up to $8,700 and financing as low as 2.9%. at Godden Ford and Import Center, 2121 East Sahara. Don't miss our manager's markdown sale now.
In the glory days of Rome, Caesar entertained his guests with the most spectacular sporting events in all the empire. 2,000 years later, he still does. Caesar's Palace. Relive the legend.
Jared Tarkanian's running Rebels have a comfortable 22-point lead with 11:25 to go in Las Vegas tonight. D-Dun Thomas brings the ball up for the Rebels, gives to Melvin Love, playing with 4 fouls. Back to Thomas, over to J.R. Ryder. J.R. has been held to 3 baskets tonight, one a three-pointer to Manuel to Thomas. Thomas lets that dribble all the way in for a layup. It's good.
That's a very good read by D-Don. Bobby Sears went to dive down on the weak side.
24-point lead, and here's Towers' three-pointer, air ball, out of bounds. And Seth Greenberg just put his hand over his eyes. He didn't want to look at that one.
Saw
hit the basket support.
Saw quite a few of those at Irvine, didn't we?
Yep. 10:54 to go in the game. Long Beach State got the first 3 points tonight. The tie at 5, and then the Rebels broke loose. At one time led the first half 32-10. Elmore Spencer's left-handed hook goes in, goes in, gets it missed, goes up to shoot, and travels ball. As Melvin Love and J.R. Ryder were in there, one of them guilty of steps.
Melvin Love, he tackled Elmore right there.
Jeff Rogers replaces Bobby Sears at point guard for Long Beach State. And Tark's laughing at Mark Reisling.
Long Beach is a better ball club than what they're showing tonight, Ross.
Rebels beat them last year by 47 and by 51 in 2 games. Then came that slowdown game in the conference tournament.
Wasn't a whole lot of things they can do last year.
Lucius Harris for 3. He's got it. That's what he did last year, and I think the game here, did he? He was held all night long and then exploded late after the game was out of doubt.
Surprisingly, Rebels went to their zone at the 10-minute mark. First time they showed zone this half.
67-46. Harris is having a good second half for the 49ers with 10 points and 14 overall. J.R. Ryder has not been held under 14 in any game this year. Here's D-Don Thomas going down the lane with foul before he scooped it in, so no basket.
J.R. has a lot of time to get his points. I guarantee that.
The 14 by Ryder as a low came against James Madison in a Rebel win.
Jeff Rogers really had a difficult time keeping up with D-Don. D-Don, one of the better ball handlers we've seen at UNLV.
First foul on Jeff Rogers.
Referees have done a good job keeping this game going.
Yes, they have. Mark Reisling, Gordon Burke, and Mike Cyphers. Thomas makes the free throw, earns the bonus. He was 64% on the year at the stripe.
One time.
Santa Barbara's here Saturday night, 8:05 game. We'll have it for you on KDON Radio.
I know you have a New Mexico State score for me.
Yes, New Mexico State beat Santa Barbara 72-63. They've corrected the Utah State Irvine final. It was 81-63, not 61. We want to do that for Rod Baker, getting another 2 points. Lucius Harris outside with it to Rogers. And late in the game, Fresno State leading Cal State Fullerton 82-76 in the other Big West encounter tonight.
I like Fullerton's team. It's hard to figure there.
Tower leans in for a 13-footer left of the lane and makes it. So Chris has 13 points tonight. 68-48. And they just playing it out here. 9.5 minutes to go.
Been playing out the string a long time in this game.
Reggie Emanuel with it in front of the Rebel bench. Down low to Elmore Spencer. Turns in left to shoot. Blocked by Dower. And comes over to Atkinson. Nice defensive play by Long Beach State. Jeff Rogers brings it up around Thomas. Hangs for an 8-footer in the lane. No good this time. Picked up. Rogers gets it back. Knocked loose again to Elmore. He'll flip over to Reggie Emanuel down the far sideline.
The Rebels really focusing in on the paint second half here. 9 of their field goals inside the paint area.
Ryder's got it. He'll put up a shot from the wing. There's 3.
Except that one.
Now he's in double figures. 10 points for JR. 72-48. UNLV.
Long Beach right now just one pass down and looking for the shot.
Third foul on D-Don Thomas.
Lucius Harris isolated on the corner right there. Baseline drive and D-Don for the foul. Seth Greenberg doing a very good job this year.
They thought they should have beaten Kansas. They lost 66-60.
Yeah, we talked in the pregame about 15 for 31 free throws. That just won't get it done, especially when you're playing a ball club like KU.
Pepperdine almost beat Kansas, so Lawrence.
I'll tell you, Ross, I'm going to give you a Monday night game here. Kansas plays Missouri. I like KU that game.
Where are they playing?
At Missouri.
I'll take Missouri.
All right. For dinner?
Yeah.
All right. I still have my gift certificate for dinner.
Did you? At the drive-in? Harris made one, missed one. The ball came loose, and the Rebels get another foul called on him. This is Elmore Spencer's second foul. Score 72-49 Rebels.
Atkinson with another ball fake and see the foul. Almost dropped.
Mike Atkinson misses the free throw.
Some free throw woes, don't they?
Yep.
And three-point shooting range.
Atkinson makes the second free throw. His first point tonight. So the 49ers get off 49, and it's 72-50. 8:38 to go in the game. Thomas around Rogers. Advantage to Melvin Love. Fade away from four, no good. Rebounded by Atkinson. Rogers brings it up. We're on a simulcast, radio and television. Pass down low to Atkinson. He tried to hit Lucius Harris, who was tipped out of bounds. Bobby Joyce will come in for UNLV, and Melvin Love will sit down.
Figure out Tark's reasoning here. Talking to Melvin.
Inbounds pass comes to Atkinson, and Joyce, one of the better Rebel defenders, knocked it out of bounds.
See Long Beach once again having a difficult time getting the ball in bounds.
Seth Greenberg's dad played for Claire B at Long Island University. Of course, Tark passed Claire B to become the all-time percentage leader in college basketball history. Wins versus losses.
Who's Jerry got to win this year? 19 or 20?
Got to go 19 and 9.
Okay.
But everybody says that as if his college coaching days are over, and I'm not sure they're going to be over, Denny.
No. Let's hope not.
Who's to say he won't coach college basketball somewhere else? Power out of the corner for three, no good. Rebounded by J.R. Ryder.
Very good point.
Thomas brings it up with under 8 minutes to go. Down low to Elmore. Backdoor cut. It goes to Ryder. Ryder can't go to baseline, so he dribbles out in front of the UNLV bench, almost out of bounds. Looks at the D-down Thomas. Rebels lead by 22. They led by 19 at half. Joyce sets a pick on Rogers. Thomas around, and the weave to Manuel. Back to Bobby. Bobby looks under. Gives the baseline to D-down. D-down kick it out to Manuel. I think he stepped out of bounds. He did, and Reggie lost a three-pointer. Bobby Sears back in for Long Beach, but first a timeout. 7:35 to go in Las Vegas. UNLV 72, Cal State Long Beach 50. We'll return right after this.
Shop the Jewelers. Now bigger and better than ever with 4 locations, Las Vegas and Green Valley. Quality, selection, low prices. Shop the Jewelers. Now with 4 great locations.
Still the toast on the top.
Now featuring an all-new Mexican menu.
The Maxim Hotel.
Rebelbilia is the place to be. Across the street from UNLV. For all your Rebel novelties, Rebelbilia is the place to be. Rebelbilia, your official UNLV team shop with Rebel hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, sweatbands, jerseys, keychains, lamps, balls, shorts, clothes, and jewelry, and a whole lot more. Here comes the Rebel with the dark attack, running and gunning at the Thomas and Mack.
Bally's Celebration Package. 3 days, 2 nights of non-stop fun filled with dining, shows, and more. Enjoy spacious accommodations, just $39.50 per person per night. Call 1-800-634-3434 for reservations.
Where the celebration never ends. If you want to sell your car, truck, or van, no problem. Come to GMF Motors. We pay top dollars for your vehicle. I'm ready when you are.
GMF Motors, Boulder Highway at Sahara, open every day of the year.
If you're walking instead of driving because you have credit problems,
what are you
no
doing
problem.
Here? You're not Fred. I'm Fred. What is your problem?
No problem. I can and will finance you.
You know I finance you.
I have all these cars here to finance. Put you in. I can finance.
Come into GMF Motors, Boulder Highway at Sahara, where someone can and will finance you.
Not him.
UNLV's got a 22-point lead over Cal State Long Beach with a little over 7.5 minutes to go. That other Big West game is now final. Fresno State beats Cal State Fullerton 88-83. By coincidence, that was the final score the night at Fresno when the Bulldogs lost to Utah State.
How do you remember that score, Ross?
I don't know. What day is it? Here's a pass down to Tower. He throws it out to Hannibal.
Just don't give me the attendance of that game.
Long Beach has Bobby Sears handle it outside. Rebels back in their zone. How much man-to-man they play tonight, didn't they?
Not very much, maybe about 15 minutes tonight.
Here's Sears left over for a three-pointer. Looks good, but it's short on the iron. Rebound by a little Deion Thomas. Thomas up, dribbling left-handed. Bounce pass to Reggie Manuel, steaming in for the right side for a layup.
What's a nice diagonal bounce pass by Deion. He's getting better as time goes on here.
74-50 Rebels. They've hit 28 of 46 from the field. The other night at Irvine, they had 28 of 44. Tony McGee had Bobby Joyce kick the ball back at him. Long Beach hitting 35%.
Boy, Tony McGee really struggling tonight.
Here are the attendance figures of the Thomas and Mack Center. Paid $14,390. That's how many tickets they sold. But in the house, $11,329.
Not working out, is it?
Another three-pointer for McGee, no good, and underneath. Foul's going to be called at Long Beach State. I think Rod Hannibal went over the back one of the Rebels again.
Half of those 11,000 are in the parking lot right now.
Enjoying your dynamic
color commentary.
6:27 to go.
McGee missing the three-point opportunity. You see the foul over the back.
Seth Greenberg, he paid his dues to get here. Grew up in Long Island, attended Fairleigh Dickinson, served as an assistant coach at Columbia, Pitt, Virginia, and Miami, Florida. And when Joe Harrington moved to Colorado, Seth got the job. I'll tell you, a lot of people told us a couple of years ago that Seth Greenberg was the X's and O's guy when Joe Harrington ran the 49ers.
Did a great job, and Joey Harrington's that type of coach. Lets his assistants take part of the coaching on the floor.
1-on-1 for J.R. Ryder. Looks short, is short. Bobby Joyce hauls it down and puts it back up and in from the lane. 4 for Bobby Joyce tonight. The Rebels lead by 26 with 6:20 to go in our simulcast. Outside of the ball, Chris Tower for Long Beach. To Sears, into the corner to McGee. McGee transferred from Mount San Antonio Junior College in Southern California. Back to Sears, to Lucius Harris, in the lane to Mike Atkinson. Over Spencer fadeaway, no good. On the other side, Everett Gray tipped it out to Reggie Manuel. 3-on-3. Manuel holds it up. And the talented freshman is having quite a year at UNLV. Leaves it for Everett Gray, who's having quite a night with 26 points. To Spencer for a hook on the rim, no good. Atkinson tips it to Lucius Harris, and Long Beach State comes back on offense. They've got 3-on-3. Harris bumps Manuel, no foul. Shot missed by Lucius. Loose ball to Atkinson. He gets back on the other side. Harris banks it in. There's still no foul.
And I like that no call by the officials. They're learning the Big West. I like that. Good no call.
All of a sudden, Harris has 17 points. He had 4 at halftime. 76-52, UNLV with 5.5 minutes to go. Joyce hits Spencer in the lane, turns around, a jump shot, no good. Left-handed tip by Manuel, good.
Boy, he's getting to be something else, isn't he, Ross?
9 points for Reggie Manuel. You bet he is. At the other end, Atkinson goes up to shoot, and Elmore Spencer apparently just committed his 3rd foul of the ball game. So this one was really over in the middle of the first half.
Bobby Sears does a real nice job. Interior bounce pass to Atkinson, and Atkinson trying to finish up.
Timeout will be called. 5:14 to go. UNLV 78, Long Beach State 52. We'll be back in a minute.
Civilization ever created. It had a splendor and grandeur to which no other place in the world could compare. It was the greatest empire mankind has ever seen. And it still is. Caesar's Palace. Relive the legend.
Finalmente, un vero ristorante italiano. Sì, proprio qui, Las Vegas. Uno vero, come Riviera. Pesce fresco, ossobuco, frutti di mare. Te l'ho detto, come Riviera, numero 1, Piero's.
In Las Vegas, the #1 place for visitors to have fun is the #1 place for locals. And the locals' favorite? The Showboat. 4 wonderful restaurants make dining a delight. Authentic Italian, steaks and seafood, the best of bountiful buffets, plus 24-hour service and specials. And of course, the friendliest crew in town. Easy access, 500 rooms, and comfortable surroundings. For room reservations, call 1-800-826-2800.
As we come back, Mike Atkinson misses the first of 2 free throws for Long Beach State. So the score remains 78-52 UNLV. The next one is good. And now with 5:14 to go, Russell back in for Long Beach State along with Hannibal, and McGee will leave the ball game, and Tower is out of there.
McGee never got started tonight, Ross. 0 for 5 in the first half from three-point range. Just had a real rough trip tonight.
J.R. Ryder with it. We come up with the 5-minute mark. Out to Gray, who's had a big night with 26. Back to J.R. Harris on him. Down to Elmore Spencer. In close, missed a 3-footer on the other side. Getting the ball was Danny Griffin, who's entered the game, and he traveled before he could put it back up. Danny out of Crenshaw High in Los Angeles, a 6'9" sophomore.
It's really great to see some of the reserves get in action. They really work hard and have a great work ethic.
Brian Emerzian and Clint Clausen should get into this one before it's over.
Hope so.
They call them the Minutemen. They average 1 minute a game. Lucius Harris' 3-pointer out of the corner. He squishes that one. They're only going to give him 2. All right. 78-55.
Statistician Danny McGarvey's on top of that.
Never misses a thing, does he?
Neither Mills either.
His wife's birthday. J.R. Ryder with it out to Everett Gray.
My Christmas present.
Inside to Danny Griffin. Griffin scores his first 2 points as a Rebel. In the lane. Nice shot, Danny.
It's nice to see Griff get started.
80-55 Rebels. So all the UNLV players have scored this year now. Down to Frankie Edwards. His jump hook over Spencer, no good. On the other side, it's followed home, but no basket. Gordon Burkett called a foul on Long Beach State before the shot.
It'll be Hannibal here, a little push-off.
That'd be Rod Hannibal's 4th foul. It goes on him.
Edwards misses.
It will. All he did was knock Everett Gray off the floor.
A little NBA push. I'd like to see Brian get some prime time here the last 3 minutes.
Elmore Spencer's going to lead the ball game tonight. He'll check out with 14 points.
Speaking of important stats, what did Clint Clausen score?
Clint Clausen for the year.
When did he score? I don't remember him scoring.
3 points. Made 3 free throws one night.
Okay.
In a game? Yeah.
That's some Marathon Oil?
No, no.
All right.
Reno. Everett Gray misses the free throw. Doesn't earn the bonus. It comes for Russer. No Long Beach State. Here's Harris, a baseline drive, a shot around and no good. On the other side, Frankie Edwards collects it. He goes up, shoots, and Gray fouled him, or did Danny Griffin foul him?
It should be Everett Gray. Lucius Harris does have a quick first step, doesn't he?
Frankie Edwards and Everett Gray mouthing at each other right now.
There's no reason for Everett Gray to come over here like this.
Brian Emerzian takes off the warm-ups, and the crowd reacting.
It's a unique free throw shooting style here. Puts the ball around the waist, like as we mentioned before.
Edwards' free throw is no good. He'll have one more. And here comes the pride of Waukegan, Brian Emerzian. I love what Brian told Steve Carper, the Las Vegas Sun, in the story that Steve did on Brian and Clint Clausen. Brian said, I will never forget that Coach Tarkanian not only gave me a chance to play basketball and be on a national championship team, he also made it possible for me to have an education on a scholarship at UNLV. That was nice.
That's the key. People have to realize that it's the greatest thing and opportunity in life, having a chance for free education.
Edwards missed the free throws. Now Emerzian's got it, gives to Gray. Underneath to Griffin. Griffin around the man, and he dunks.
That was really nice to see Everett Gray dish it off to Danny Griff like that.
Unselfish.
Very nice by Everett.
82-55 in favor of the running Rebels. At the other end, 11 good. And a follow by Frankie Edwards is good. Two-handed stuff. 82-57. Now the fans want Clint Clausen to be brought into the ball game. We have 3:20 to go.
It's really nice of Tark to give Brian a lot of time here with the 4-minute mark.
Emerzian tried to get it down to Griffin. There's a foul called on Long Beach State.
Brian's minutes may go up here now. He had 50-some seconds at Irvine, now 4 minutes here.
Brian Russell just fouled out of the game for Long Beach State. He'll lead with 2 points tonight. The average is 10. So the Rebels did a good job on him.
This is a better Long Beach team than what we've seen, Russ.
You've said that 3 times
yes.
now. We'll see him on a Sunday afternoon, February 9th, at the Long Beach Arena. Danny Griffin misses the free throw. He'll have another one coming.
You drive down from your pals.
Come on. Griffin goes for his 5th point. That's flat. And rebounded by Frankie Edwards. So it remains 82-57 in favor of the Running Rebels. Here's Lucius Harris' 3-pointer, an air ball. Grabbed out of there by Hannibal. He backs out with the dribble. Now cuts toward the lane. Goes under, and the ball knocked out of bounds by UNLV.
These referees have done a nice job tonight. The Big West should be really, I'll tell you, commended for putting this crew together. Very good. Keep the game going.
All right, Tark summons Clint Clausen over to him. He'll bring him in a moment. 49ers pass it around the perimeter. Rogers back in the game to Hannibal. Pass over to Harris. A stolen by Everett Gray. He goes down to try to equal his career high. He's got it. Dunk.
And a nice play by Jeff Rogers to let Everett Gray go in there. You don't want to see anybody hurt at this stage of the game.
The 28 for Gray. Here's Clausen in. Gray will leave, and he'll get a loud ovation.
Everett did a nice job tonight. He really got started early.
Everett leads with 28 points, and he had 16 in the second half.
It's amazing, Ross. This was done without Dexter Boney tonight.
That's right. Boney out with a cut hand. Rebels still lead by 27. It goes down low to Frankie Edwards. He went up to shoot, and Danny Griffin fouled him.
Rogers on the bounce pass to Frankie Edwards. Edwards will get the 2 free throws now.
The Gauchos will be here Saturday night at the Thomas & Mack Center. 8:05 start. UNLV against UC Santa Barbara. A couple of years ago, Santa Barbara came in here and beat the Rebels, and then also whipped them over at the Event Center.
That's a Thunderdome. Let me ask you a question, Ross. They're only one of what? There's only 6 losses here at the MAC, right? Okay.
6 losses, about what, 125 or so games. Frankie Edwards finally makes a free throw here. He's missed 3 in a row. 84-58 full court pressure. The Rebels break it to get it into Reggie Emanuel. To Griffin to the baseline, taken all the way under, lost the ball, and comes over to Edwards. On the turnover, Long Beach State back. Rogers hustles it up, goes to Lucius Harris out of the corner for 3 more. It's in there. So he gets his average tonight because
he
started firing after taking only 3 shots in the first half when the Rebels controlled the ball game and put it away.
You're being nice. He's getting fat at garbage time.
84-61 on the Rebels. Joyce and Merzian around his man. Went in to shoot, lost it to Landon Griffin. Now it comes in a deflection to Chris Tower of Long Beach State. Back to Hannibal. He goes down the middle, lost control of it, out of bounds. It'll go to UNLV with 1:55 to go, and it's not very pretty right now.
We're going to see some funny plays down the stretch. Great to see the reserves in, though, like we said before.
Joyce. Joyce kicks over to Manuel out of the corner. Long shot, no good. Griffin, good offensive rebound. Danny put it back up. Bank, no good. Hit by Joyce, no good. Bobby comes up, 2-handed dunk.
Bobby Joyce being pretty active on the offensive boards.
He has 6 tonight. Had 8 at Fullerton for a 1-game high. 25-point Rebel lead. A minute 25 to go. Long shot outside, no good by Hannibal. Knocked up on the glass, loose. Clint Clausen after it. Clint Clausen's got it for UNLV. Around his man, bring it up court, double team midcourt, fired up in offensive court. Manuel under to Griffin, dunk.
The reserves are doing a nice job.
Yes, sir. 88-61 Rebels. That's half a dozen for Danny Griffin.
And an assist by Brian Emerson.
Yeah, beautifully done by Brian.
I don't think Mark Wade or Greg is going to have to worry for a while.
All of those hours of practice now paying off for a guy like Danny Griffin. Missed shot outside, pass underneath, out of bounds, touch last by UNLV. 44 seconds to go. Tony McGee will come back in to replace Chris Tower for Long Beach State. It's been a disappointing night for the 49ers. They'd come in with a 6-game winning streak.
And UNLV went to that 1-2-2 zone. They looked shell-shocked. They really never got it going from the perimeter.
School was out right there.
Exactly.
Inbounds pass. Frankie Edwards shoots over Danny Griffin. Air ball. Comes to Clint Clausen. Clausen works up out of backdoor. Clausen holds it up outside. In the air. Long shot for Clint. In and out. Rebound Frankie Edwards. 88-61. Rebel coaches, I think, upset because Clausen took the shot. Here it comes to Rogers. He goes baseline left. Jump shot short. Battle for the rebound. Bobby Joyce and Tower after it. Comes over in the corner. Here's Rogers firing out of that corner. No good. Battle for the rebound underneath. Clausen took it away from Edwards. To Emerzian. Loose ball. McGee's got it back with 4 seconds to go. To Edwards. Edwards against Clausen. One-handed dunk. Went in, came out, went off the glass, and back down through for 2. And the game is over. And Elmore Spencer's already in the dressing room. Final score, UNLV 88, Long Beach State 63. We'll be back for the wrap-up in a moment.
There's a legend in the old Southwest of a secret valley where each night the stars shower magic on the land. It's said the entrance to this valley is guarded by 3 wolves, Tres Lobos. This enchantment is found in the people who live there and in the food they prepare. The legend persists, but the magic of the stars has been captured at the Stardust Las Vegas, the place Tres Lobos, a restaurant like none other.
I'm Alan Lee, General Sales Manager at Godden Ford and Import Center. While Gary Ackerman is away, he made it quite clear we better sell cars and trucks, lots of them. And that's exactly what we plan to do. It's our manager's markdown sale. For a limited time, select from over 800 cars and trucks that must be sold. Discounts up to $8,700 and financing as low as 2.9%. At Godden Ford and Import Center, 2121 East Sahara. Don't miss our manager's markdown sale now.
Bally's Celebration Package. 3 days, 2 nights of non-stop fun filled with dining, shows, and more. Enjoy spacious accommodations, just $39.50 per person per night. Call 1-800-634-3434 for reservations.
Where the celebration never ends.
UNLV's Run Rebels have now won their last 40 games in the city of Las Vegas. And tonight they used a couple of 44-point halves to pulverize Long Beach State. Everett Gray, a big night. Elmore Spencer gave him a backdoor cut pass. Everett went up, a one-handed dunk. Gray equaling his career high set earlier in the year when he had 28 points against San Diego State. That's what he had tonight. In the Rebels' 11th win of the year in this, their 13th game. And that was our Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority play of the game. Another big one for Everett Gray this evening. Hi again, everybody. Ross Porter and Denny Hovanek back at the Thomas and Mack Center. UNLV played tremendous defense using that 1-2-2 zone in the first half. Jumped ahead 32-10, led at half 44-25, and then toyed with the 49ers over the last 20 minutes to go to 3-0 in the Big West Conference.
Well, they were so impressive on both ends of the court, Ross. As you mentioned, the 1-2-2 zone defense really played well, very effective, limiting Long Beach to only 1 shot from the field. And then on the offensive end, did a great job, almost shooting 70% from the field, from the field goal percentage. So this team really played well tonight. Jerry has to be real happy with this, the team's performance.
Unofficially, the Rebels wound up the night hitting 58% from the field compared to Long Beach State's 33%. In addition to Everett Gray's 28 points for the Rebels, Elmore Spencer had 14. J.R. Ryder had a seasonal low 10. 9 for both Reggie Emanuel and Melvin Love. 6 for Danny Griffin tonight. 6 for Bobby Joyce in a reserve role. 4 for Dedon Thomas and 2 for H. Wallman. So the Rebels, who average 85 a game, tonight had 88 in their win here. For Long Beach State in losing, Lucius Harris wound up with 22, but he only had 4 at halftime. 14 for Frankie Edwards, 13 for Chris Tower, 8 for Bobby Sears, and 2 each for Brian Russell before he fouled out Tony McGee and Mike Atkinson. And perhaps the frustration of Tony McGee illustrated the plight of the 49ers.
Just had a difficult time getting started. 1 for 8 from the field in the first half, and they really never got the outside shooting going, which Long Beach really needed. Very suspect outside shooting team. Other than Lucius Harris, they really have no one else to turn to.
Did you feel that the Rebels' transition game improved as we went along?
Well, I really did. I thought they did a great job of getting the ball, outletting. H. Waldman did a remarkable job along with Deion Thomas, advancing the ball forward in the transition game. UNLV did a great job of converting those fast break opportunities.
So the Running Rebels now have won 8 in a row. Long Beach State's winning streak is snapped at 6. And now UNLV gets set for the Saturday night invasion of Jerry Pimm's UC Santa Barbara Gauchos. And they have a fine player in Lucius Davis who'll be here.
Well, they really do, and Jerry Pimm's one of the quality coaches on the West Coast, if not the country. So I think, as we mentioned before, I think we'll see a good game on Saturday.
All right, Denny, thanks for your help. We'll talk to you on radio on Saturday night.
Okay, very good, Russ. You be careful going home. Have a good trip.
All right. Now, speaking for Denny Hovanek, this is Ross Porter. Thanking you for being with us tonight. Once again, the final score from Las Vegas, UNLV 88, Long Beach State 63. Good night, all.
Thanks, Ross.
Tonight's United International Productions show was brought to you in part by the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority.